Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make this super pretty flowing tux bow, and as you can see this is a 2-inch version and that's super cute, and that ends up measuring about 5 inches wide, long, and roughly 3.5 this way. So like I said, that's quite a big nice size bow there, and this is one we're going to make today. We're going to make the 3-inch version. And again, this is a nice big one. This works out to be about 7 inches wide and 5 inches at the longest point here. Excuse any background noise, my neighbours are a little bit louder than normal with them all being home at the moment. And I've already got all my pieces ready to go here. So this is 3 pieces and it's 1 times 16 inch, 1 times 14 inch and 1 times 12 inch of ribbon, and I have heat sealed all my edges. So I have done this to all of them. I have folded them all in half and creased down the centre, but I have done that with my trusty hair straighteners on these, just so we're a little bit quicker. And the other thing that I've done is I've folded these down, and I have folded these down 1/2 centimetre, so that when we cross over, we've only got a centimetre's crossover when we place them in like so. So when they cross over here, that's a centimetre across. I'm just going to reheat seal that because that's going a little bit. So like I said, 16, 14, 12, all folded in half and creased, all folded down half a centimetre, or 1/4 of an inch this side and this side, like so, and it just helps you bring that fold in and keeps your alignment nice. So like I said, that's a little trick, especially if you're one like me for drifting off when you're making freehand. So what I then do is we've got some pins here. We can use clips, whichever you prefer. Bring it in so this crease meets this one, like so. And then do exactly the same this side. Bring it over that crease here, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. So can you see here, there's your line there, and there's your line there. And if we measure that, that is 1 centimetre, which is about 10 millimetres, and obviously most ribbon widths like these are 9 mil, so we don't want to be doing bigger than that when we're making these foldovers, because obviously if you only use this instead of like a scrunch or a bigger middle or an embellishment, obviously this doesn't hide all of this. So like I said, that's the whole idea of keeping it under a centimetre or dead on a centimetre. Okay, so I'll just put a pin in, and you repeat the process for all 3 pieces. Yeah, I've got my windows open today so I can hear the wood pigeon that lives in my hedge, along with the magpies and the trees across the road, and my neighbours who are using some very fun Nottingham slang at the moment, so I'm hoping you can't hear too much of it. Some of the terms that I can tell you is muppet and mardy, which are 2 very, very Nottingham phrases. So you have the 3, so your 16, your 14 and your 12, and we want this biggest one on the top, down and down. And the other thing that we do is, obviously because we've got such a nice crease line from using the straighteners, instead of sealing, just heat creasing the centre with our lighters, but you can do it that way because it's nice and clean, we can use this as a guide to keep all our pieces in alignment. And obviously we take our first one, want this underneath, and we want this halfway. So obviously halfway between 3 inches is 1.5, the same as if you were using 2. If you're doing 2 inches, halfway would be half an inch. So like I said, you half the amount of ribbon that it is. So take your ruler, or you can eyeball it depending on how good you are at judging your distances. So that's an inch and a half. Excuse me. I'm going to pin over that. I'm going to take these ones out of the way so I don't stab myself with them. So that's that layer in place, and then repeat the process with the smallest piece. Again, work out that's only an inch, so I need to do that a little bit more. 1.5 inches, there we go. Lift that up. And then pin through the creases where they overlap. So this is the front. Okay. And the other thing you can check is these should be about 1 centimetre difference. And sorry, I'm from the UK, so I work in inches and centimetres naturally. It's just a weird thing that I do. So that's 1.5 centimetres. And that's 1 centimetre, centimetre, 1.5 centimetres. So the top layer is about 1.5 centimetres difference. This layer is about 1 centimetre difference. So if you've got that sort of measurement between these bits here, then it's in a good alignment and you're okay to sew in a second. And this is what it looks like on the back. And as you can see, it's a little bit messier because we've got these little bits lifting up. But again, it gives you a really nice clean line for you to see when you're doing your stitches. And again, I'll put my stitches in and I'll show you them once I'm done, because like I said, I'm terrible for counting on camera and I get distracted and lose track of what I'm doing. So we start always from this point here. We want to be making sure we're capturing all three of those. Okay. There we go. So it's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 stitches is going to give you 6 creases in total. So you'll have 3 this bit and 3 going through your top. So like I said, as you can see here, you've got more stitches here. So you've got 1, 2, 3. Which is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 on your top layer and your 3 for this bit to get your 3 creases down here, and your more at this top layer. And like I said, you can sort of move that around a little bit as long as you keep your stitches nice and even. And I'll just draw, see if I can get them to show on here. So this is your in point, and you want to go across. So you come in here and go over this, and the same on that one. You want to come in through this one and over over here. Okay, and on the back you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the back, and like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're in and out on your. Once you're happy with everything, you can cinch it all through like so. It'll look a little bit messy at the minute, but we'll sort that out in a minute. And use your dots. So where your stitch mark was to come in there, use that as a guide to bring it around like so. And wrap a good couple of times, nice and tight. And like I said, make sure it's still on that crease that we had there. And again, that'll make sure it stayed central. And then stitch off once you're happy with everything. And then it's all balanced. And again, the more even you can get your stitches when you're doing this, the better the balance of the bow tends to be. Okay, and I use extra strength Goodband thread. It's nice and strong, and I always use it doubled. Move the pen out the way. So as you can see, this is the look you get. So you've got your layer here, your layer here, and your layer on the top. You've got 4 creases up here and you 2 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the top layer. It's like 6 creases in total. You can do it with 5 creases and do 10 stitches instead. Do sort of bigger stitches, but I don't like it because it sometimes stops these layers at the back from cinching together, because these ones, if you don't get the stitches in the right place, the layers can sort of pull apart, and we don't want that, because like I said, obviously if there's not enough stitches, they sort of shift and move, and like I said, it doesn't work as well. So like I said, that's just a little tip. But like I said, if you want to do less, you can do, like I said, 10 stitches and just be a little bit more even with your placement along here, as long as you're making sure that one stitch overlaps on the bottom layer and the middle layer as you're coming up, and you start in from this one and you come out from this one. Like, so that's key tips when you're doing these kind of looks. Okay, so there's the bow so far. We'll put this one on the clip. I've done these ones on bobbles, but you can do whichever you personally prefer. I've just got the little clip here. Touch of glue across there. There we go. And then I've got some matching 9mm here. And again, I've heat sealed my edge, and I'm going to put a dot of glue just there. And I always put mine on the ribbon instead of the clip, because I quite often forget that I put that dot of glue there and close my clip and then glue my clips together otherwise. Like that. Hold it down a second before you wrap round, and wrap round at least twice, just so it's nice and tight, otherwise this gets a little bit bulky. Like so. And then a dot of glue just there. Okay. And I'll show you 2 different ways to do your centres, because each one looks cute. So if you get some 1-inch ribbon of a similar colour or a contrasting colour, depending on what you personally prefer, this is a nice one. It's got a little bit of a, can't pick it up much on the camera, but it has got a little bit of a sparkle on it, and this is a 1-inch, or you can do it in 1.5 depending on what you like I said, depending on how chunky. Obviously on this pink one I've done the scrunched centre, so you can see that little bit of scrunch like that. On this one I'm going to do a knot, and all you do is if you wrap it around your fingers like so and bring that through, twist it like so, and you get a nice big knotted centre. So round, through, twist it up. So you've got a nice point like so, and you would glue the back, this piece here, work out how much you wanted to make it a nice tight wrap like so. So you want it nice and tight. I'm just going to do my knot a little bit further down so I don't waste so much ribbon. There we go, a little bit further down but still nice and pointed. And like I said, I put a glue over this bit, the flat side of the knot, like so, and this helps hold the knot in place as well. Place that over your centre. Make sure you've got enough either side to be able to wrap this into your clip, but not too much because like I said, you don't want to waste a ton of ribbon. Heat seal your edges so they don't fray in the bow. Might need a little bit less. We don't want to add too much bulk to there. And then like I said, just glue one side and then your other, don't do both at the same time. Bit of glue there. Open your clip, press that down, pull that nice and tight, glue this side. And there you go. And what I'll do is, obviously in my description box I always put the links to my Facebook page and group. What I'll do for this one is I'll do the stitch placement guides for both so you can keep these nice and balanced. But there you go. There is a nice flowing tux bow for you with the knotted centre. This is one with the scrunched, and like I said, they're 3-inch versions. You can do 2-inch. I've got the measurements for the 2.5, 1.5 and 1-inch ribbon as well, so they'll be all in the description blocks below for you if you want to try it in the other smaller sizes. And again, you could do colour layers, you could mix colours up, you could do a print on the top and then colours flowing down that match it or correspond to it. You can completely play around and completely make the ribbon your own. So like I said, do whatever you want. Like I said, don't forget to show them off to me if you want to. Like I said, I always love seeing your makes from the tutorial. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And hopefully you've all found this all useful. Bye!